You've cut out junk food. No more pizza, no more sugary soda. You're doing everything right, right? But when you step on the scale, the number doesn't move at all. And when you look in the mirror, the belly fat is still there, stubborn, firm, and frustrating. This is the point where most people give up. They feel like they're making huge sacrifices without ever getting a reward. But let me tell you something. It's not a lack of discipline. And it's not because you're secretly eating too much. The real reason is far more shocking. You've been deceived. The food industry is brilliant at manipulating us. They've taken metabolic time bombs, foods that spike your insulin levels and clog your liver, and slapped shiny labels on them. Heart healthy, low fat, or all natural. You eat these things believing they're fuel for your body, but biologically, they act like fertilizer for your belly fat. We're not talking about obvious junk. We're talking about the foods sitting in the kitchens of health-conscious people right now. Today, we're exposing the 7 biggest imposters in your diet. We'll look at the biochemistry of fructose, maltose, and inflammatory oils. If you remove these 7 things, you eliminate the chemical blockade that's preventing fat burning. You don't even have to eat less. You just have to stop eating the lies. Let's clean out your pantry together. 2. 1. Oat milk, liquid starch. Let's start with the favorite of every modern coffee shop, oat milk. Many people choose it because they believe dairy is inflammatory, but biologically, oat milk is basically liquid starch. To turn oats into milk, enzymes are used to break the starch down into a specific type of sugar, maltose. Maltose has a glycemic index of over 100. That's higher than pure table sugar. Your healthy morning latte spikes your blood sugar faster than a Coca-Cola. This triggers a massive insulin release. And as we know, high insulin means fat storage. On top of that, almost all commercial oat milk is emulsified with canola or sunflower oil to make it creamy. So you're drinking liquid sugar mixed with inflammatory seed oils. It's the perfect recipe for internal belly fat. 2. Fruit juice, a shock to the liver. We grew up believing that a glass of orange juice at breakfast is healthy. It has vitamin C, right? But your liver doesn't care about vitamin C. It cares about fructose. When you eat an orange, the fiber binds the sugar. It's digested slowly. But when you drink the juice of 6 oranges, you completely remove the fiber. You're sending pure fructose straight into your portal vein. Fructose can only be processed by the liver. When you flood your liver with liquid fructose, it has no choice. It immediately converts that energy into fat. Drinking fruit juice is the fastest way to develop fatty liver without touching a drop of alcohol, and a sick liver leads directly to a fat belly. 3. Seed oils, the cellular blockade. Soybean, corn, canola, or sunflower oil. These oils are marketed as heart healthy, but they're a disaster for your metabolism. They're extremely high in omega-6 linoleic acid. Excess linoleic acid accumulates in your cell membranes. Because these oils are unstable, they oxidize in your body and create systemic inflammation. When your fat cells are inflamed, they become insulin resistant. They literally refuse to release their stored energy. They lock the door to your own fat reserves from the inside. You cannot burn fat as long as your cells are inflamed. 4. Granola, the disguised dessert. Look at the package. Whole grain, no corn syrup. But look at the ingredients. Oats, honey, dried fruit, sugar, maple syrup. Granola is basically a crumbled cookie. It's a highly dense carbohydrate bomb. A small bowl can easily contain 40 grams of sugar. If you eat this first thing in the morning, when your cortisol levels are naturally high, you're making a critical mistake. The combination of stress hormones and high insulin tells your body, store this energy immediately in the abdominal area. It also doesn't keep you full. By 10 a.m., you're already looking for your next snack. 5. Low-fat yogurt, the hunger trap. In the 1990s, we were told, fat is bad. So fat was removed from yogurt. But without fat, yogurt tastes like cardboard. The industry's solution? Sugar. A cup of low-fat fruit yogurt can contain as much sugar as a soda. But it gets worse. Removing the fat removes the satiety signal. Fat triggers the hormone CCK, which tells your brain, I'm full. Sugar triggers insulin. So you're eating something that spikes your storage hormone while removing the signal to stop eating. You eat it, store it, and stay hungry. 6. Dried fruit. Concentrated sugar raisins, dried mangoes, or dates are often seen as a healthy snack. But dried fruit is basically candy with a vitamin pill inside. When you remove the water from fruit, you concentrate the sugar density. You can eat 50 grapes in the form of raisins in 2 minutes. You would never do that with fresh grapes. This massive load of fructose hits your liver like a sledgehammer. If you're trying to lose belly fat, dried fruit acts like the pause button on your progress. 7. Protein bars, the fitness scam. This is the sneakiest trap. You see 20 grams of protein on the label and think you're doing something good. But turn the bar over. Isolated soy protein, maltodextrin, which spikes blood sugar worse than table sugar, and artificial sweeteners that damage your gut microbiome. Most protein bars are just candy bars dusted with a little protein powder. These highly processed ingredients cause bloating and inflammation in your gut. And as we know, an inflamed gut leads to systemic stress, and that inevitably leads to more belly fat. 3. Why is it specifically belly fat that seems cemented in place? To understand this, we need to look at how the 7 imposters we just discussed work together. Imagine your belly fat as a massive bunker. Inside that bunker is the energy you actually want to burn. But there's a problem. The key to this bunker is a hormone called insulin. Every time you drink that oat milk latte or eat that low-fat yogurt, you flood your body with insulin. As long as your insulin levels are high, the bunker door stays locked. Biologically, it's impossible to burn fat when insulin is elevated. But it gets worse. Due to inflammatory seed oils and hidden sugars in protein bars, the lock on that bunker essentially rusts shut. Your body is in a permanent storage mode. It thinks there's an emergency and clings tightly to every calorie in your abdominal area. You can spend hours on the treadmill, but if the chemical message in your blood says store, the bunker will not open. Belly fat isn't just fat. It's an inflammation chamber constantly fueled by these 7 healthy foods. We must lower insulin and eliminate inflammation before the body gets the signal. It's safe to open the bunker. 4. Now that we've exposed the saboteurs, the question is, how do we open this bunker? The answer is simpler than you think. We need to change your body's chemical language. Say goodbye to the yellow seed oils in your kitchen. Replace them with stable, natural fats. Cook with real butter, ghee, or beef tallow. These fats don't oxidize and send your body a signal of safety and stability. For cold dishes, use high-quality olive oil or avocado oil. Forget processed fitness products with endless ingredient lists. Return to real, unprocessed foods. An egg, a piece of meat, an avocado, a handful of fresh berries. These are single-ingredient foods. They contain no hidden messages that promote fat storage. When you remove these 7 imposters from your life, something powerful happens. Your insulin levels drop. The inflammation in your cells begins to heal. Suddenly, your body gets the signal that it's safe to tap into your belly fat stores. Losing belly fat is not about eating less and suffering. It's about stopping the consumption of the industry's lies. Clean out your pantry, heal your liver, and watch your body finally take the shape you've been working so hard for. You now have the knowledge. Use it. See you in the next video.